Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. And this is a reaction to something that I've never really reacted to, and I know it's going to be controversial because people get controversial about these things. I don't know. I mean, I understand why, but yeah, it's the true cost of US healthcare. It's British people reacting to it, but I think this is also a video that a lot of American reaction channels watch. But as someone who's British, I don't actually know sort of the ins and outs of this. I know certain things are very pricey, and I did put out a tweet. Was it 2 days ago? And because I don't actually know, I've never really looked into it, and because my girlfriend was going for an appointment, I was interested in seeing, and we were worried about something. Thank God it was nothing, but it's just for someone here, the mere idea of having to pay to go somewhere, like an appointment or a checkup, and it costs money. It really blew my mind, and I asked people this question, and then I got a lot of replies. And I got a lot of different responses. Like pretty much what I gathered was some people will have insurance from their work and they'll have to pay barely anything. Some people won't have insurance, they have to pay loads. Some people have insurance. Who was it who said they have insurance but they still pay loads? I don't know where it's gone. Here we go. He has insurance and it costs $25 for me to see my doctor, but I'm paying $300 a month. I cannot comprehend how mental that is. $25 alone is something I couldn't imagine. Obviously, a lot of people could pay that because it's not an insane amount, but there's also a lot of people who aren't going to be able to initially pay for the month plan and then even pay the $25 in the first place. It's a lot of money for a lot of people to cough up. So yeah, I've seen a lot of things, but I got a lot of different answers, and I guess this video will show me like true costs of certain things and stuff, and maybe opinions on things. But yeah, it's a crazy world out there, man. It makes me really thankful because again, we were really scared about the checkup, and again, luckily it was all good, it's all fine. But I couldn't imagine having or wanting to go for a checkup because you're scared about something, or you've noticed something and you want to get it checked out, and then thinking, well, if I do this, I'm gonna waste the money that I could have spent on other stuff that I need to save or that I don't have. Then you're going to go into debt and stuff. It just makes me thankful, man. But yeah, we're going to see this video because I guess they're going to talk about certain things. Maybe this isn't the best video, but yeah, if there's another one out there that maybe you'd suggest for me to watch, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to check it out. But let's just see this video.
10 grand for a baby.
Is there a price for that?
Yes.
Jeez, $100, $200.
$2.5 grand.
$80.
600.
250.
More.
Shut the fridge.
More.
£300.
Double it.
$600. $600.
Yeah. Ambulance call out. How much do you think that costs?
Zero payment.
Zero payment.
Yeah.
I think I've heard this before. Isn't it like $1,000?
Zero payment.
No. It costs $2,500.
Even with insurance, how much would that be? With insurance, how much would an ambulance call out be? Oh my days.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
you look. An inhaler.
$100.
Inhaler right here. This is not the typical looking inhaler because the other ones make me quite jittery. So I've got a Symbicort, but it's another type of inhaler. This cost me £9. But if I didn't work and I don't know, I had certain things, I didn't work, I didn't earn a certain amount of money, it would be free. But I pay £9 because, I mean, I pay for it. And I usually get 2 every month, so that's £18.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It's a bit more.
120.
250 to 350.
And how much would that be with insurance? What?
Pretty close. It's a bit more.
120.
250 to 350.
For an inhaler.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me, man. So with insurance, is it free? Or does the insurance not affect how much you pay for inhalers? I would be screwed. I would actually be screwed. Because I also get eczema cream, which would cost I don't know how much. I also have to I get 2 eczema creams. And is that what I get? Sometimes I have to take, I get like medical, not medical. Not usually, sorry. Sometimes I do get hay fever sort of tablets, but I don't usually get them because I just think they're a bit of a waste. But everything in the UK, no matter what it is, will be £9. So whether it's an inhaler or antibiotics or whatever, it'll be £9, and again, it'll be free if you're a child. I think if you're under 18 or 16, it's free, or if financially you can't pay it, it will also be free.
So if you're poor, you're dead.
I know that it's like public healthcare in the UK. In the US, fortunately, I'm able to get healthcare through my parents, their jobs, but like I carry an EpiPen, and I know that like the cost of that has just been rising. So like there's like very few companies that even compete, so it's sort of like a monopoly for the EpiPen. Even though like we have insurance, it cost my parents about a couple hundred, even with insurance.
I feel so bad for people, man. I actually feel so bad for people. This is so depressing because you're putting a price, what is it, a price gate or whatever? A price wall on medical things. Like, that's wild to me. It's actually crazy to me. Is there any rules about kids being, like, getting medical things for free or certain things? Or is there, like, any rulings behind people who literally have no money, or they literally spend all their money on their kids and their house and they don't have no spare money? Is there any things that will, any sort of rules in place that helps people like that, or is it just the same for everyone? Obviously, if you have a good job, you earn good money, you seem to be able to pay it better because you're obviously paying the monthly fee on the insurance, and then you have to pay less for things like inhalers and stuff, or checkups or surgeries. But in terms of like people who don't have that, is there any way for them to get around it, or is it just debt?
So 2 EpiPens. How much do you reckon they are?
$80.
How much are EpiPens in? I don't actually know. I'm assuming they're the same price. EpiPen price. Is that how you spell it? I spelled two words. UK. Price. See, I don't actually know how much it costs in the UK. I'm not aware of EpiPens, but I know they're probably a bit more pricey, right? But this is with Boots. This isn't with pharmacies. Like, I feel like if it's prescribed, it'll be a different price, but maybe not. I feel like EpiPens are always going to be prescribed because it's for a specific thing. Is EpiPen free NHS? Vital life-saving drugs qualify for free prescriptions on the NHS, such as those that treat diabetes. Anaphylaxis sufferers have to carry an EpiPen throughout their life. This is undoubtedly a life-saving medication and should qualify to be an exemption certificate for free prescriptions. So it is free. Damn, there we go. So is it free for everyone, I guess? Maybe because it's on the NHS, I guess it's free for everyone if they can't pay it.
600.
$40.
I'm afraid not.
More?
More?
$100.
More.
$150.
More.
$250.
More.
Shut the fridge.
More.
£300.
Double it.
$600.
Yeah.
What? Why?
That's a very good question.
$600.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
For me, it's more like just hives and shortness of breath.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like an immediate death situation, but like, so I've been fortunate I've not had to use it, but it's something like keep on me. Like I have my backpack right now, I have it on me.
Is it one of those things then, maybe because it's so expensive, you're not going to use it if it's just a little case? I guess in people who don't have to pay as much, they'll probably use it even if they're not necessarily, I guess, I don't actually know how EpiPens work, so I'm not the best person to talk about it, but he's talking about these sort of conditions. Would he use it if he's feeling like that? Or because it's not so severe, would he just not use it? As opposed to in the UK, would people maybe use it even if it's just this sort of situation to just get it out of the way and not feel shit, but obviously you're not in a dying situation? That's so wild to me, man. This video is blowing my mind. We're 1 minute in now. I've spent 9 minutes on this video. I apologise, but
Cost of childbirth.
Jesus. 50 grand, something ridiculous now.
Yeah, see, I've blown the figures up on your head now, haven't I? Because they're larger. It's the highest, generally speaking, is about 30 grand.
Okay.
Is that reasonable? You happy with
Not
that?
reasonable at all. It's just like now
is that with insurance?
on like on a
Yeah,
benchmark.
Yeah,
100? 200?
dollars.
Yeah.
The average is about 10 grand. It can go up to 30,000.
10 grand! For a baby?
Yeah, well, I guess. How much is your child worth?
Yeah. What, is that like the same everywhere?
Yeah, the average is about $10,000. Yeah.
That's mad. Oh, no thanks.
Okay, no thanks. In which case, the coil.
So what do people do? Because I'm sure not everyone pays £10,000. I'm sure there's some sort of way they're promoting this in a way where it's not actually true. Like, surely that's not the case. Surely you're not paying 10k whenever someone's having a baby. I'm sure there's some things around it which... Yeah, I'm sure that's not what's happening. 10k? That doesn't even make sense. No one has 10k just sitting there. So how is that working?
IUD, contraception.
Yeah.
How much do you think that costs?
For one person to implant $1,000.
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Really?
Yeah, $1,300.
Oh. Mental.
I wonder if you could tell me how expensive you think calling an ambulance out to your location is in America.
I guess it depends on like where you live. It really does. Is there a price for that?
Yes,
Jeez. $100? $200?
$2,500.
For what? Why? Why?
Give birth by C-section,
Yeah.
and you would like to hold your baby.
See, I was a C-section baby because I was a twin. And so, yeah, we were C-section babies. Mine was cut open.
After you've given birth to it.
Luckily, it was free. How much would it cost for a C-section here?
Actually, yeah, that's what you do. Yeah. You have to pay to do that.
Yes.
To hold my own child that I've been
No, you
carrying.
don't. No way do you have to pay to hold your own baby. There's no chance you have to pay to hold your own baby. That's not real. There's no way this is... I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. Surely that's just... Reddit. There we go. This is the best because you can actually get people's experiences. Do you actually have to... Again, I need to see this because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I want to see... I had to pay $39 to hold my baby after he was born. I asked for an itemized bill after my son was born. They immediately offered to reduce the price 40%. Proudest moment of my life was the birth of my son. The second was I counted at 60% and she accepted. I had some tests that insurance refused to cover the provider bill at something around 4k. No way. Imagine how much profit is built up into these prices if they're willing to discount so much. I can't believe this. Someone should start a subreddit where people post their medical bills and compare the ridiculousness. So I'm assuming what happens with a lot of these things is it just goes into people's debt. And do they just pay it off or does it just stay there? Because I'm sure so many people don't pay these things off. They can't. It's just not manageable, no?
Inside of my womb.
Say something else.
Sorry, I was.
But yes.
Jeez.
It's not actually that expensive.
Right. Charging me. I'm going to punch you.
Yeah.
Not you, but the doctor. Like $100.
$40.
$40.
For skin-on-skin contact. What do you think of the NHS?
Literally the gift that keeps on giving. Literally.
And aren't they trying to close the NHS down? Wasn't Boris Johnson... They're trying to privatise it. I pray that doesn't happen because I will be screwed and many people will be screwed. So I don't actually know exactly what this would do, but I'm pretty sure if it's privatised, it means there's going to be a paywall behind it, which is not good. Fuck me, man. I really hope they don't do anything about it, man, because I can't even imagine.
People are so dumb for taking advantage of it, and I don't want it to change.
Finally, does it make you grateful for the NHS?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I didn't know how much free healthcare we got, like, just off the bat, but, like, knowing you have to pay, like, 30 grand for a child, it's outrageous. It really is ridiculous. So, thank you, NHS, for your hard work.
I'm genuinely speechless.
Presumably you had an idea that healthcare was expensive in the US.
I didn't realise how expensive. Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, if you don't have money, you're fudged. Yeah.
Went to hospital for a broken leg. They x-ray and put a splint on my leg, which cost around $2,000. Insurance paid $1,000. Also, meds cost more than gold here in the US. I blame lobbyists that fill crooked senators' pockets. One day it will change. I really hope so, man. a thing that's taken for granted. I couldn't imagine, because again, here you don't have to worry. Like, I guess in the US, you're worried about going to simple appointments, so you'll wait to the point where you're seriously hurting, or you're worrying about like a lump, or you're worrying about this or that, but you're not thinking. You think it could be something else possibly, and you don't necessarily know if it will be a cancer or if it'll be something severe. So you'll just wait until longer, and then you're starting to feel more, or you feel like pain, or you're feeling this or that, to the point where you now have to go. And either at that point it's too late, or you're having to pay more because you've waited longer to get something sorted. So you're worried about going for checkups and stuff. Whereas again, the checkup that we went up for yesterday, we were so worried, but it ended up being, it was nothing serious at all. And the fact that you don't have to like sort of worry about paying it off after, because maybe you'll think in future you see something again and it will be something, but because you've spent $200 or $300 going for a checkup and it was nothing, you're like, do I want to waste that money again? It's just going to be nothing again. And then that time it is something serious, and then who knows what happens next. Like, fuck, man. It's actually so messed up, and I feel so bad for the people, because the rich will be fine with it. They can get away with it because they have so much money saved up. But the majority of every population isn't rich, and it's just mental to me. It's actually insane. And I don't know the deep reasons behind it. I saw someone say lobbyists and stuff. I guess it's all about financial gain, which is so scary to think that you can put a price on healthcare. It really is. Like, the NHS is not perfect. I'm telling you for a fact, I've had situations where it's not perfect, and I've had things where I've actually went privately to do a couple things, because privately certain things are a lot quicker to get done. Like, if you want to get certain checkups or certain things done, you can get it done a lot quicker. And I've only done it twice because I was really worried about things, and the waiting time was a lot longer with the NHS. But for other things, the waiting time is not there. And if it's really serious and they think it could be something serious, you'll get the same day checkup. Like, there's situations where they will check you up the same day with the NHS. So it's not like waiting times a long time for everything, but for certain things it is. But wow, man, please let me know your experiences and certain things you've dealt with like healthcare in the US, or healthcare wherever you are. Maybe you're watching from the UK, or you're watching from other countries, and your experiences as well. But I would be really interested in people giving their opinions on this, because again, for some reason it's a touchy subject. I mean, it's a touchy subject in terms of it shouldn't be like this, but some people will be against it being like this, which I don't get how you can even say that. It's just, yeah, I don't know how anyone can say this is having free healthcare is the wrong way to have it, because obviously it's not free. You pay it through taxes, but the taxes here aren't any real different to the US, I don't think. Maybe it's a little bit increased, but like overall, I think the taxes are a similar level, so it's not like it adds more or anything. Plus, the taxes go to other things that it shouldn't go to anyway. Our taxes go to the Queen, so... Or not the Queen. Shit. The royal family. I said the Queen. The royal family, for example. So, I mean... Yeah, I mean, taxes will never always go to the right things, but this thing, for sure, is one of the right things, the NHS. But, yeah, please let me know your thoughts, your experiences and stuff you've dealt with the US healthcare. Maybe suggest another video that I can watch more in depth, or actually, like, with the right sort of things and stuff, but the right details and facts. But yeah, until next time, peace.